The Coin Lady channel is pleased to have you back. Apparently, the SEC is experiencing a slight change of heart. I'm sure most of you have heard the major news that broke yesterday. Before, everyone, including myself, agreed that the SEC needed to make a final decision on the Ethereum ETF's approval very soon, and the likelihood of that happening was as low as a snowball. But now we know that the SEC has reconsidered. Let me show you, in fact. What the fuck is going on here? The SEC has already informed the exchanges that they will likely approve the spot ETF. The White House reportedly is in a state of complete fear as a result of this administration's recent realization taking such a hard line against cryptocurrency is, presumably, a terrible political choice. Surprisingly, there is a crypto supporting group that is as dim-witted as they are unintelligent. What a load of idiots. Okay, then I'll fill you in on the most recent. However, an ETF analyst from Bloomberg has stated that this is really occurring. This is thrilling because it has the potential to set the tone for the entire season, regardless of whether you have leads or not. The Escalettes will have a blast. Nonetheless, I feel obligated to bring you up to speed on today's conversation. Additionally, the most recent information, as it appears that this is likely to occur. First things first, I wanted to be crystal clear, I am not financially supported in any way. Do not take my financial advice as gospel. By the way, you shouldn't base any purchases or sales on what I say, okay? As a pastime and for fun, I enjoy making films on YouTube regarding crypto-related subjects. I'm just an enthusiast. So, to quickly set the stage before we go into all the new things, here is the post from yesterday that started this whole thing off. Eric Belkunis recorded this yesterday in the afternoon. For Bloomberg, he serves as a senior ETF analyst. Update Jim Seifert, he added. Remember how I mentioned the other famous Bloomberg ETF guy? That's him. The odds of Jamesy Fortnite spot Ether ETF acceptance growing from 25% to 75% are due to this afternoon. Rumors started circulating that SEC would change its stance on this highly contentious matter. While we were expecting to be denied, everyone else is now trying to get in. In order to get a sense of what's likely going on, have a look at Nate's tweet down below. However, once more, we are limiting ourselves to 75%. At least until we get more updates on the EG filings. Thus, that was the outcome. Update, it's occurring, according to this quote by James Seifert. At least 5 of the possible issuers of Ethereum ETFs have submitted their modified 19B4s via CBOE in the past quarter of an hour. Franklin, Invesco/Galaxy Arc, 21 shares, and Fidelity VanEck. What this means is that things are proceeding according to plan. They have been informed that it is likely to be authorized. I will display that post for you. It's the tab that will appear next on this page. I want to be clear, I am not claiming that the market movement is caused by the amount of money that will flow in as a result of a spot ETF. It was inevitable, in my opinion, that the market would fluctuate. In any case, the only thing I want to know is if this is anything that would make it feel better. Have we not been in this situation for a few months? What happens if this isn't greenlit? Is a little more sideways ranging required? To be honest, that's my only strength. For the record, whether it's Bitcoin or the spot ETF, I don't think there's a particular quantity of money that makes it significant in this market cycle. In my view, the amount of capital flowing into the Bitcoin spot ETF and any future ETFs will be substantial over many years and decades, but beyond generating a great deal of excitement among market participants, it will not have much of an impact. In this way, they can serve as triggers. I believe this will happen nevertheless. The documents indicate that all the speculation, and conversation have been true, as James also mentioned that there is still a very long way to go before a launch. It could be weeks or more until the ETFs open since we need to see SEC approval orders on all 19V-4s and then S1 approvals. Listen up, folks, we'll know if it's going to happen within a couple days, even if launch is weeks away. So, make sure you check this out. Eliminating the staking wording and explicitly stating that the money's ETH cannot be staked by anyone is the only important and serious improvement, according to him. It was inevitable, I suppose, but I can't think of anything else right now. Then, on the social networking site here was a post by Watching Guru. Everything in SEC and form exchanges was initiated this morning. Spot Ethereum ETFs are reportedly on the verge of approval, according to Barron's. Indeed, it is accurate. Plus, a plethora of other media have covered the story. I told you a story, and now I'll tell you half of it. Yes, that is a block. Moreover, I penned the following. My assumption was that the SEC would reject a spot ETF. The new information, however, has been slipping out since yesterday. And my self-assurance has diminished. Obviously, this is highly political if it comes to fruition. Even now, I believe my first assumptions were reasonable. Furthermore, the predominant factor here is the direction of the wind. So, guys, it's not true that the SEC has been planning to prove it all along. Something changed very suddenly, and it may be largely related to the fact that the United States is currently experiencing a political season. November is when we hold our election. Thus, the block's headline is as follows. As companies try to make sense of the SEC's unexpected change in its stance on exchange-traded funds, there appears to be a lack of internal coordination, which raises concerns about the idea of ETF pivots. An individual with knowledge of the matter said that on Monday, representatives from the SEC's Division of Trading and Markets contacted the exchanges to inform them that they would not be authorizing 19 vertical splits this week. According to sources familiar with the situation, SEC staff informed exchanges on Monday that it was leaning toward authorizing them, as reported by Barron's. Listen, I get it, this isn't exactly a sure thing. However, it appears that this is likely to come to fruition. This news will cause the market to react. To what extent we discover it jointly, that is my assumption. Yes, I would like you to go on. A source close to the matter told the block that this is an entirely political development, and the reasoning behind it is political. This is a complete change of direction from what the SEC had told issuers 2 weeks ago, when the agencies had shown no interest in the filings. Thus, it is the inevitable outcome, no matter the direction of the wind. Those in charge of issuing the notes started contacting the SEC. But it seemed like the SEC's Trading and Markets Division and the examiners at the SEC's Division of Corporation Finance weren't on the same page. According to an insider, the SEC's Division of Corporation Finance is responsible for certain matters, while the Division of Trading and Markets is in charge of approving 19 V-forces. The person's quote follows. The lack of internal coordination makes this move seem like a political one. Some sources have speculated that the SEC's change of heart could be driven by political considerations, given the impending elections. Just last month, Trump gave the impression that he was in favor of cryptocurrency when he told an audience that he had purchased NFTs and that Joe Biden was unfamiliar with the term. Regardless of your preference, there is a wide variety of crypto to choose from. You should vote for Trump if you support cryptocurrency. The video concludes with that. I would greatly appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel and give me a like. Muchas gracias, depart.